to the Future 4K set was just announced, and I'm here to tell you what you should be expecting from the set in my newest Special Features Revealed video. Stay tuned. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Mid-Level Media for my Special Features Revealed video on the Back to the Future 4K set that was just announced this past Monday. So I did this for the Friday the 13th set that came out. News came out about that a couple of weeks ago, and that video actually did so good that I'm going to try with the Back to the Future set because it's probably one of my most successful videos here on YouTube. And what do you do on YouTube when you have a successful video? You try to replicate it. You try to do it again. So I'm going to go over these special features. I'm going to react to them. I'm going to try to give you all as much information as I possibly can on this Back to the Future 4K set. And I am looking at Forbes.com, which I will link down below since I'm pulling from them. But let's go over just the packages that are going to be included with this set. So you have the traditional just 4K set of the Back to the Future trilogy. That is going on Amazon right now for $55. So not a bad price for everything that you are getting with this set that I'm going to go over here in a second. But on Amazon exclusively is that hoverboard set as well, and that is with the 4K set, and that's going for $70 right now on Amazon. So that is a good exclusive with the Amazon. Now, one thing to note that Target is also doing the hoverboard set, but theirs is only going to be for the 35th edition of the Blu-ray and not the 4K. So the one that's going to be sold at Target with the hoverboard is for the Blu-ray and not the 4K. And I imagine that's going to go for quite a bit cheaper than $55, but it might not be much cheaper than that actually. So now what Best Buy is doing is what Best Buy always does, and they're going to be releasing a steelbook packaging for this 4K set. Now, one interesting thing to note, and I did cover this on the Mid-Level Media report earlier this week, but that set is actually going to have individual steelbooks for each film. I know when they do some of these franchise steelbook, 4K steelbooks, they tend to group them all together in one steelbook. But this one, each one is actually getting their own individual steelbook. And when you put them together, it actually makes a cool, fun image with the DeLorean. So that is a cool fact to note. And that's going to be going for $70 when it comes out. So those are the three additions that are going to be included. Now, this is a 6-disc set on the 4K edition. I'm not sure what I imagine the Blu-ray is probably going to be a 4-disc set, but I'm not exactly sure. So that is a 7-disc set. So you get a Blu-ray, you get a 4K for each one of the films. You also get a 7th additional disc, which is going to be primarily for special features. And important to note, it's going to be for new special features. So you are going to get an hour of new special features with this set. And included on this is going to be rare auditioned footage from Hollywood stars Ben Stiller, Kara Sedgwick, John Cryer, Billy Zane, Peter DeLuise, and C. Thomas Howell, a tour of the film's props and memorabilia hosted by co-writer-producer Bob Gale, a sneak peek at the new Back to the Future music show, and a special episode of Could You Survive the Movie's YouTube series. So I'm not familiar with that YouTube series, but it is cool that you are going to get an hour worth of original new special feature content with this set. So that is awesome to note. And before I get into the special features, I'm going to go ahead and read this, just all the technical specs as this is going to have. This is a really impressive set. So for starters, as well as the basic HDR10 transfer you get with all 4K Blu-rays, the 4K Back to the Future disc will excellently carry both Dolby Vision and HDR10 masters. This means that you'll be able to enjoy the extra scene-by-scene picture data these formats provide to help TVs deliver better picture results, regardless of which TV brand you own. So as long as your TV supports either HDR10 or Dolby Vision, rather than just sticking with the industry standard HDR10 format. It's also reassuring to learn that all three films will appear in 4K on high-capacity BD100 discs rather than smaller BD66 discs some film studios, most notably Disney, use for their 4K Blu-ray releases. So there you have it, guys. Some shade being thrown at Disney a little bit there by Universal. This provides more data space for 4K Blu-ray masters so that theoretically, anyway, they can appear with less compression. As if all of this wasn't exciting enough, all three films will appear on 4K Blu-ray with object-based Dolby Atmos soundtracks, whereas the best sound option available on the HD Blu-rays are DTS HD Master Audio 4.1 tracks. Though before purists take umbrage at these new up mixes, the films will also be available in their original Dolby Digital 2.0 format. So that is awesome for classic fans like me. I know I don't like the sound of my films being altered and messed with as we go. So it's nice to hear that you're still going to be able to enjoy it in it the way it was originally intended. I'm going to go ahead and cover these special features that are going to be included on the special feature disc, which is the 7th disc. And these are all brand new for this particular set. So the first one is an alternate future lost audition tapes. Get a glimpse of the Back to the Future that could have been with rare audition footage featuring now famous celebrities including Ben Stiller, Keira Sedgwick, John Cryer, Billy Zane, Peter DeLuise, and C. Thomas Howell. So that's interesting because of these, I mean, Billy Zane's actually in the movie, but it might go into maybe him auditioning for a different part. Maybe he auditioned for Biff and didn't get it, but they decided to cast him in there anyway. I imagine that Ben Stiller was going for the Marty McFly role, which would have been a completely different movie, but that's definitely interesting to watch and to note that Ben Stiller back in the 80s was trying to be Marty McFly. That's pretty cool. The Hollywood Museum goes back to the future. Join co-writer producer Bob Gale on an intimate tour of an exhaustive exhibit of the film's props and memorabilia. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Following Bob Gale around, the creator of Back to the Future. So, behind the scenes look at Back to the Future, the musical. Get a sneak peek at the new musical show, including a Q&A with the cast and creative team, plus 2 new song recordings. Cast and creative Q&A. Original songs, gotta start somewhere and put your mind to it. So, I'm not sure if, I guess this is being created right now. I'm not sure if there's already been a Back to the Future musical, but I'm definitely here for it. I mean, the movie itself does lend very well to a musical, so it should be pretty awesome when they do come out with it. Could you survive the movies Back to the Future? Explore the magic and science of Back to the Future and find out which laws of physics were actually violated in the special episode of the popular YouTube series. So I'm not familiar with this YouTube series. I might have to look it up. And if I look it up, I may link it down below for you guys to check out. But apparently it's a series that's kind of debunking a lot of the things that go on in Back to the Future. So could be interesting. 2015 message from Doc Brown. Doc Brown saves the world. Out of time. Restoring the DeLorean. Looking back to the future. The script. Casting Marty McFly. Christopher Lloyd reflects on Doc Brown. The DeLorean time machine. Building Hill Valley. Prepping for Johnny B. Good. Seeing the score. Rushing the cut. The legacy. And also, an interesting thing to note. You have the Back to the Future, the animated series. So Brothers, Season 1, Episode 1, and Mac the Black, Season 2, Episode 2. So it looks like it's just 2 episodes, one from Season 1, one from Season 2. So it's not the entire seasons, but that would have been cool if they did incorporate that into the set. 2015 commercials, Jaws 19 trailer, and hoverboard commercials. So those last ones that I went over, I think after the musical, or after the Could You Survive the movies, Back to the Future, all of those were from the 2015 30th anniversary release, I believe. So important to know right there, but they're all going to be on that 7th disc. So, all right, guys, let's go into each movie, because each 4K disc is going to have HD special features in it. So on that first disc for the first Back to the Future, you're going to have commentary by producer Bob Gale. You're going to have some deleted scenes, Peanut Brittle, Pinch Me, Doc's Personal Belongings, She's Cheating, Darth Vader, extended version, Hit Me George, You Got a Permit, The Phone Booth. You also get Tales from the Future, In the Beginning, Tales from the Future, Time to Go, Tales from the Future, Keeping Time, archival featurettes, The Making of Back to the Future, Making the Trilogy Chapter 1, Back to the Future Night, and Michael J. Fox Q&A, how he got the role, the character of Doc, working on the film and TV series at the same time, shooting Back to the Future 2 and 3 together, DeLorean special FX and stunts, the appeal of Back to the Future, shooting Back to the Future, and you got some behind the scenes, original makeup tests, outtakes, nuclear test site sequence, commentary by producer Bob Gale available, photo galleries, these are only available on the HD Blu-ray, production art, storyboards, behind the scenes photographs, marketing materials, character portraits, Huey Lewis and the News, The Power of Love music video, theatrical teaser trailer, join Team Fox, Q&A commentary with director Robert Zemeckis and producer Bob Gale, featurette commentary with producers Bob Gale and Neil Canton. Yeah, those are definitely some awesome special features on there, and I think all of those were probably included in the 30th anniversary. I think only thing new that you're getting with this 35th one is the fact that it's in 4K and you get that extra disc with those new special features. So all the ones that I'm covering right now have probably already been released at some point in the past. But let's move on to the Back to the Future 2 4K Blu-ray, HD Blu-ray special features. You had deleted scenes commentary by producer Bob Gale, Old Terry and Old Biff, Dad's Home, Pizza Scene, Jennifer Faints, extended version, Old Biff vanishes from car, Burned Out High School, Marty meets Dave, and you have Tales from the Future, Time Flies, The Physics of Back to the Future with Dr. Michio Kaku, archival featurettes, The Making of Back to the Future Part 2, Making the Trilogy Chapter 2, behind the scenes, outtakes, production design, storyboarding, Design the DeLorean, designing time travel, hoverboard test, evolution of visual effects shots, photo galleries, only available on the HD Blu-ray, production art, storyboards, behind the scenes photographs, marketing materials, character portraits, theatrical trailer, Q&A with producer Bob Gale and director Robert Zemeckis, feature commentary with producers Bob Gale and Neil Canton. And going on to the Back to the Future 3 4K Blu-ray, HD Blu-ray, deleted scene commentary by producer Bob Gale available. The Tanning Gang kills Marshall Strickland. Tales from the Future, Third Time's the Charm feature bonus. Tales from the Future, Test of Time, archival featurettes, The Making of Back to the Future Part 3, Making the Trilogy Chapter 3, The Secrets of Back to the Future Trilogy, behind the scenes, outtakes, designing the town of Hill Valley, designing the campaign, photo galleries on the HD Blu-ray only, production art, storyboards, behind the scenes photographs, marketing materials, character portraits, ZZ Top double back music video. That's an incredible song. So I can't wait for that. Facts about the trilogy, theatrical trailer, Back to the Future, The Ride, lobby monitor, The Ride, Q&A commentary with director Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, and feature commentary with producers Bob Gale and Neil Canton. So those are all of these special features that are going to be incorporated in those discs. So tons of special features, guys. I know that a lot of them have probably been released before, but if you're like me, I have not owned a Back to the Future set since the DVD version. So these are probably, some of these are probably on those DVD versions, but some of them are probably in the Blu-rays that they have released since then, the 25th anniversary and the 30th anniversary. So yeah, guys, to be honest, I could not be more excited for this set. Like, this is right up there with me with the Friday the 13th set. Like, these are classics from my childhood. I love the Back to the Future trilogy. It is just one of my absolute favorites. I enjoy watching it. Even today, I watched it a few weeks ago with my son to enjoy it with him. He's only 10 years old. We watched it on Netflix. Phenomenal film still. They hold up absolutely. They are timeless. They should never be remade. Just keep updating them in the newest format, and I will pick them up. But guys, that does it for my special features revealed video. And if you like this series, if you like me just kind of reading the special features for you and reacting to them, go ahead and comment down below and tell me what you think of it. Because to be honest, you can just look all this stuff up online. But if you want to just click on my video and just listen to me read them to you and get all that information in your ears right away, then I'll keep making these kind of videos for you. But until then, just go ahead and like this video if you haven't yet. Comment down below just your thoughts on this set. And will you be picking it up come October the 20th? Let me know. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time.